Reading from Madhya-lila chapter 8, 288. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Tāṅra bhāve bhāvita kari ātma-mana. Tabe nija-mādhurya kari āsvādana. I've now converted my body and mind into the ecstasy of Śrīmatī Rādhārāṇī. Thus I am tasting my own personal sweetness in that form. Om Caitanya-caritāmṛta Madhya-līlā. Taksur unmalatam yena tasmai Shri Gurave Namaha. Shri Caitanya-mano bhishtam stapitam yena bhutale sayam rupa kadamayam dadati sapadantikam vancha kalpa tarubhyascha kripa sindhu bhayevacha patitanam pavanebhyo vaishnavebhyo namo namah. Sri Krishna-katha Prabhu Nityananda Sri Advaita Gadadhar Sivas Adi Gaur Bhakta Vrinda. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. So, greetings from Govardhan. I have to say, when I'm here, I don't even want to leave this place. Even I become disappointed going to Vrindavan from Govardhan. It's special, the spiritual atmosphere, and just the sadhus that visit me and that I run into in line from Prabhupada. I ran into Jamuna Jivana the other day just on the street. We conversed. Hanuman Prasheka Swami, I think that's his name. He came to visit me. I liked his realization about walking in Vrindavan. And he said, just like you get devotion through the eyes and through the different senses, also the feet. And kind of, because I just like to stay in my room, which is my nature, that kind of inspired me. I hurt my foot a little bit, so I can't, I have something has to heal. There's nothing serious, but so I wasn't walking for a while, but just because of that, I just fought my nature, and after lunch just went outside, walked down the road, little hole in the fence, go sit by Govardhan, just see the sadhus, one person doing Govardhan Parikram, Dandavat. And what is he saying? He's looking up the hill and paying his obeisance, going, then he said, Radhe, 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 Radhe. So it's really been relishable here. And, somehow or other, of all the places in the world, I have the best reception here. That Vikram, who is help me, he actually just took breakfast with me today. We spent a couple hours together. He really knew what he was doing. He got these routers that you can't get anymore in India. And they really work well. So I can give classes without, anxiety. So next time I go into Vrindavan, I'll make sure I go on days where it's not my classes, like maybe a Thursday, Friday, and Saturday, and come back on Sunday. And I'm already in separation, and I only have a few more days. Tomorrow, Seva-priya and her son, Tamal. What a wonderful, pious young boy she's trained. So I went in Vrindavan and took them to different places and just watched the doors of the spiritual world open up. Someone painted my deities. This girl, and her mother, the family, they live next to me taking care of Indradumna Swami's deities, which are hundreds of deities, which are really spectacular. And it was so nice because they were my neighbors for about 15 years. And my God, now she's 30. And I knew when she was 5. And so cultured growing up in Vrindavan. And then walking down the lane, I met Bibi Govinda Swami. Haven't seen him in 3 years. Affectionate embrace. And so it was really great actually going to Vrindavan too. Really great. So I'm in separate. I'm leaving in a couple of days. I kind of had this idea to do this once in a lifetime punch karma treatment. Ayurveda is to make the sick healthy and the healthier healthier. So I'm like the second category, but still 72 and a half. So I'll go down there with also good association with some nice Vaishnava friends. And then I'll see some of you at my Puri Yatra, which I'm really trying hard to make a nice program. And I'm trying to really bring the best kirtaniers one can imagine, actually. And we have a few. We have Jai Jagannath, Sundar Govinda, and these people also come to Puri. And 3 of the best Mridanga players in the world. Top 5, 3 of the top 5. So we're looking forward to that. We're looking forward to come back to Govardhan. Govardhan's my home. It's just so wonderful. And now that my small ashram is going, we can invite people for prasadam. So Seva-priya is going to come out tomorrow. And I'm going to take her and her son to a few places in Govardhan. And then we'll have for them a nice vegan prasad. I have a nice cook here. Reed, he's a good cook. And then on Saturday, we'll just have a kirtan program at Manas Goswami, who's a fantastic kirtanier. It's kind of like a Sunday, it's kind of a Sunday feast on Saturday or Christmas. Well, then we'll have prasadam, and we'll learn from Ananda Bazaar, which is this place with incredible pure Vaishnavas that kind of do like a Vaishnav catering for sadhus. You order 20, 30, 100, and first class, actually absolutely first class organized in prasadam. And it's really sadhus. I think Monday, the day before I go, I'm not sure yet, I may go. My good friend Raghunath in Vrindavan begging me to come take prasadam with Mukunda Datta, who's an incredible devotee. I think he's been worshiping, he's the head pujari for about 35 years. That's special. In Vrindavan, very pure soul. So that's what I seek. That's what we all seek. We move forward in Krishna consciousness by sadhu sanga. And that has to be our prayer. And it's not just your initiating spiritual master, but the community of Vaishnavas and Siksha Gurus and great Vaishnavas and the mentors in Krishna consciousness. That's the best way to advance in Krishna consciousness. And of course, when I went into Vrindavan, I met Śrīmatī Swami, and we spent 2 hours. What a pleasure to be in his association and just to experience the degree of clarity in his mind when you discuss something with him, and the detachment and the dedication to Prabhupada and all these wonderful qualities. So you should all look forward to retired life. This is, whether I was a grihasta or a sannyasi or something, this should be the way I wind up. This way we should all wind up in some kind of retired life, knowing that there's not much time left. That's what retired life means. There's not much time left. And we have to attain the goal. And the goal is love of Godhead. And it's an easy path. The only obstacle is our own attachments. You know, it's the only obstacle. The path is simple. It's just the obstacles we put into it. And hopefully we come to a stage where we can, you know, be increasingly in that direction. And of course, our detachment is not karma sannyas, it's yukta vairagya, it's balanced detachment, where we give up those things that we cannot use in Krishna consciousness. That we cannot use in Krishna consciousness. And all our drama in life and all the things we go through should bring us to a point of that kind of desire that we just want to serve Krishna and chant and hear about Krishna, and chant the holy name, associate with devotees and give Krishna consciousness to others. And I like now, because I've always had that propensity to host Vaishnavas, but now we have first-class prasad at our ashram, the Govardhan Hilton. I'm joking, but I kind of like that name, the Govardhan Hilton. But we do have really excellent prasadam. Seva Priya and her son don't take milk, so we'll have pasta with a vegan sweet potato, cashew, regular potato, olive oil, vegan cheese sauce, you know. And of course, when I was in Vrindavan, we went to see my friend Sridhar to get those Brijbasi rotis. But again, this is what our life is supposed to be with when you get over 70 years old. It should be focused and away from the drama. And just, if you can do it earlier, it's okay. But regardless of where we are, we all do have our Krishna karma. One can get sick, one can have legal problems, it doesn't matter. Krishna Veta Tattva, say Guru Hoy, it doesn't matter. We all have our challenges. Now, the verse I spoke about today, we've been studying Ramananda Samvad, and we're focusing on these verses where there's this ultimate limit of perfection, which is the consummate absorption of Radha and Krishna, where their hearts melt in ecstasy. And then Lord Chaitanya shows Ramananda Roy that form because he knows Mora Tattva Rasa Lila Tomare Gochare, because he's understood it. He had the capacity to understand it and therefore experience it. If you don't understand something, you can't experience it. That's why it's not scholarship, it's a basic understanding of fundamental tattvas, which come in the heart by hearing and chanting about Krishna with sincerity. And using whatever capacity of intelligence we have in the service of Krishna. It doesn't mean we have to be rocket scientists. But Mora Tattva Rasa Lila Tomare Gochare. And because he understood that, he could experience it. He can experience it. Laham prakasya sarvasya yogamaya sabhavi. You can be in Krishna's presence and be covered by yogamaya. So it's not just the senses, it's not just the intellect. It's the mercy of God for one who takes the humility to understand the truth, whatever that means to their lives. We're afraid what the truth means to our lives. Because the truth may not aggrandize us. The truth may not validate everything we're doing. But one who's sincere, he accepts the truth, no matter what it means to his life. And then in this verse, Lord Chaitanya explains that I've done this. I've combined, I'm Krishna, I've combined with the body and mind. I converted my body and mind into the ecstasy of Śrīmatī Rādhārāṇī to taste my own personal sweetness, to taste that feeling of devotion when I experience myself, to experience the happiness, to feel the happiness when I experience myself. And that experience of Krishna's own bhakti, that experience of the personal sweetness of Krishna, that Lord Chaitanya was experiencing by converting his body and mind into Śrīmatī Rādhārāṇī, into the ecstasy of Śrīmatī Rādhārāṇī, that's what he's giving to the world. Anarpita charim charat karunaya bhatirna kalo samarpyatam unatojvala raswam swabhakti sriyam. I'm giving the bliss of my own bhakti. I'm giving the experience that I came to relish. The internal reason for my descent, to relish my personal sweetness, is also the external reason to my descent, is to give that. And that's what Lord Chaitanya is giving. Among all the misery that we are having, along with all the misery and all the adibhotik, adidaivic, adhyatmika, the miseries of the body and mind, the miseries of the demigods, the miseries of others that give us all these miseries that mean the body and karma. And in the midst of all this, he's giving ourselves and connecting our karma and our experience in this world to remove the obstacles of detachment so that we can move forward on the path of bhakti. Tomara tani amara kichu gupti nahi karma lukali prema bali janasar. Lord Chaitanya then admitted to his pure devotee, now there is no confidential activity unknown to you. Even though I try to conceal my activities, you can understand everything in detail by virtue of your advanced love for me. So the Mora Tattva Rasa Lila is to understand Krishna so that we can dedicate ourselves and love Krishna, which gives us the ultimate revelation of Krishna. And Ramananda Roy, be a pure devotee, Lord Chaitanya gave him everything by virtue of prema bali, by the force of your love. By the force of one's love, one can't help. By the force of your love to someone, that person who is a proper person can't help but give himself to you. So Lord Chaitanya said, I had to give myself to you. By the force of your love, I had to give myself to you. Tamaratani Amara Kitru, Gupta Nahi Karma, not even, I cannot stay hidden. And even karma lukhaile, even if it conceal my actions, Tomaratani before you, Kitru, nothing. I can't hide it. Sarva marma, I can't hide any detail. That's love. And that's our relationship with God, that he reveals his intimate self. And that's what the Krishna consciousness movement is about, the forceful love of spontaneous devotion. The forceful love of spontaneous devotion. Anarpita charim charat karunaya batirna kalo samarpiyatam unatoj valam raswam swabhakti swayam. Gupte rakila kahan nakario pakas amara patula chesta loka upahas. Then the Lord requested Ramananda Roy, keep all these talks a secret. Please do not expose them anywhere and everywhere, since my activities appear like those of a madman. People may take them lightly and laugh. We can't understand the play of God through the lens of logic, as you cannot understand the play of a child through the lens of logic, because it doesn't move by the lens of logic. It moves by the lens of love. So which way it goes and how it moves, it's not sadasat, cause and effect of this material world. So you said, well, you keep them secret. And I explained yesterday that Krishna-das Kaviraj explained them, but they're still secret. Because we can't understand, it's not that we can understand this easily. We have to understand it from the right person. And we have to have the right attitude. Ami eko batula, tume dvitiya batula, ata eva tomaya omaya he isamatula. We are on an equal level, and we're both madmen. I'm a madman, you're a madman. Batula, we're both madmen. Because we're not acting on the platform of the buddhi or intelligence, we're acting on the platform of our heart. But the problem of acting on the platform of heart rather than the platform of intelligence is when the heart is not pure, it just creates karma, because our heart is rejecting and accepting, our mind is accepting and rejecting based on the false ego. And it fortifies the false ego and it gets reactions to loosen the false ego. When someone's on the platform of prema, there's no karma, there's only devotion. But still, it cannot be understood very easily. Erupa Dasha Rati Ramananda Sange Suke Gonaila Prabhu Krishna-katha Range, for 10 nights, Lord Chaitanya Mahaprabhu and Ramananda Roy spent a happy time discussing the pastimes of Krishna. They spent a happy time because bhakti is exactly commensurate with your desire to chant and hear about Krishna. So your pleasure is also commensurate. Your real happiness is commensurate to your desire to hear about Krishna. Nuguda Vajera Rasa Lilara Vichar Aneka Kohila Tara Napaila Par. The conversations between Ramananda Roy and Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu contain the most confidential subject matters touching the conjugal love between Radha and Krishna in Vrindavan Vrajabhumi. Although they talked in great length about these pastimes, they could not reach the limit of discussion, because the pastimes are God giving himself. When I met Yamuna Jivana Das on the Parikram path of Vrindavan. Every morning he gets up, he doesn't wear shoes, he's a real sadhu. And he walks every morning to the foot of the Madan Mohan temple and chants for 3 hours and walks back. And he doesn't just live in Krishna Balar Mandir, he lives 20 minutes further from there. So he chants 7 or 8 hours a day with his kirtan. But he was also sharing with me that our perception and understanding of the limit of Radha and Krishna's pastime is very limited. It's very limited, what we can understand. It can go deeper and deeper and deeper and deeper and deeper. And he said, we see in different sampradayas, they have different understandings. It's not that they're wrong, because Prabhupada said they're all bona fide, but they're different because there's different realizations. And he said, we shouldn't say one is higher or lower. They're just different realizations. So they could not reach the limit of discussion. And we can't. We could talk forever. If someone's deep in Krishna conscious, he can go verse for verse. Dr. Fakir Mohan, when he came to Vrindavan, the great lady Vaishnava in the MVT, her name is Sumati, asked him to speak on the first verse of Mana Siksha, Guru Gostalishu Sujana Busaragane Samantra Sinamni Vrajayuva Yuga Dvandva Sarane Sadat Damba Hitva Kururitim Atitam Ye Swanta Bratris Chatubir Abhyache Dvitapada. So he says you should intensely, dear mind, ye Swanta Bratris, oh dear mind, with sweet words, Chatubadir, Dridapata, holding on to the lotus, your feet, oh dear mind. Siddha Dhamba Hitva, give up all pride. Kururitim, and with great atitaram, excessive attachment. Worship. Guru, go stay, the place of Vrindavan. Go stay, the Shu, the residence of Vrindavan. Sujana, Bhusharagane, and all saintly people. Guru, go stay, go stali shu, sujana bhusaragane, mantra sinamne, the Brahm, the Hare Krishna mantra, the Gayatri mantra, Yuva Dvandva Yuga, Vraja Yuva Yuga Dvandva Sarna, and the divine couple. So he said, please speak on the Manasiksha. He started on Guru. He spoke the whole month. He spoke the whole month and didn't finish. Then he was in Bhuvaneshwar and he was teaching the songs of Bhaktivinoda Thakur, and he got to the verse, this temporary material world is full of suffering. Chant the holy name of Krishna is your only business. And he spoke for 3 years on the holy name. So what's surprising that Taranapaila, he could not get to the limit. Tama kanso rupa sona ratna chintamani kehayari kahampata paya ekakani. Actually, these conversations are like a great mine where from a single place one can extract all kinds of metal, copper, bell metal, silver, and gold, and also touchstone, the base of all metals. So the conversation, you can get all metals. Basically, he's comparing the metals. They're all valuable. I mean, copper, that's bell metal, silver, gold. They're all valuable, but there's a gradation of them. So in this conversations, this samvad, what Chaitanya is saying, Krishna-das Kaviraj is saying, they're like a mine where there's so many valuable things, but there's more and more valuable things, and also touchstone, the basis of all metals. It's all there. Krame utaite se utama vastu bhai ayeche prashnotara kaila Prabhu Ramarai. Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu and Ramananda Roy worked like miners, excavating all kinds of valuable metals. Each one better than the other. Their questions and answers are exactly like that. And we saw one better than the other. He went deeper and deeper and deeper and deeper. Even he got to a Uttama. This is best. Lord Chaitanya wanted more. So in those conversations, they went Prashna Uttara, the questions of answers. And krame, gradually, utatore seha uttama, one is best after the other. Aradina roy paise vidaya-magila, vidayer kali tāṅra agya-dila. The next day, Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu begged Ramananda Roy to give him permission to leave. And at that time of farewell, the Lord gave him the following orders. And this is mercy. He said, Vishaya-cariya, that's famous, right? Vishaya-cariya kabe shude habe man kabe hama. Vishaya-cariya, giving up all material engagements, tume yahe nilachala, and come to Jagannath Puri. I will return there very soon after finishing my tour and pilgrimage. Dui jani nilachale rahiba eka shange, shuke gonabi kaila Krishna-katha. The two of us shall remain together at Jagannath Puri and happily pass our time describing Krishna. And that's what happened. This is when he asked him, you just stay with me. Imagine, he just gave up everything. Because when we're in Puri, we went to Ramananda Roy's village. 3 out of the 4 confidential associates of Lord Chaitanya came from one village in Orissa. I don't want to get into the half and all this complications, social considerations, but it's Sikhi Mahita's sister, Ramanora, a very small village. So we go there. He was married. We go to the descendants of Ramananda Roy. And I take his sword and I gently anoint everyone there. Ramananda Roy's sword is there, and the things he writes carried down by his ancestors. Actually, it's going to be nice being in Puri. It's kind of a paradise in some ways. The culture there, and when you get to these villages, you could live so simple because the weather never gets cold. It just never gets cold. You can live for the rest of your life in Puri with just a pair of man with a loincloth and a gumsha. You don't even need a shirt, even in the winter. In the middle of the winter, you don't need a shirt. And you can just sleep under one coconut tree. Each coconut tree has thousands of coconuts. And that's it. You'll never starve. You can live under that tree. So if that's the worst case scenario, it's not you're homeless and you're the streets of San Francisco. And then the fresh food, the Puri cooking. Eta bale Ramananda kari alingana, tanre gare pate kari karilasanana. Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu then embraced Sri Ramananda Roy, and after sending him back to his home, the Lord took rest. One more verse for today. Pratakale ute Prabhu deke Hanuman, tanre namaskari Prabhu dakshine karila prayan. After rising from bed the next morning, Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu visited the local temple where there was a deity of Hanuman, and after offering him obeisances, the Lord departed for South India. So Hanuman is the great devotee. And Lord Chaitanya set the example of that. We should offer respect to all the great devotees. It's not just a Gaudiya Vaishnavas. Hanuman's not a Gaudiya Vaishnava. That's Bhusharagane. One time, Narayan Maharaj, he went to Radhakund, and Srila Narayan Maharaj went to Radhakund, and the Pandits started to harass the devotees, which they do sometimes. I don't get harassed because I have the top Pandit, the most famous Pandit is very close with me. Pandit means a Pandit, but they take people. Traditionally, the Brahmins would take people around holy places, whatever donation they got. But it gets degraded, and then people become greedy. But they're not so greedy anymore because there's so many people coming to Radhakund, so it's a good. And Mohan Pandit, I know since he's doing this since he's 15. He's the most famous. And I used to get very upset because it's not American to harass someone. We have laws and rules, but I learned it doesn't work. It's so amazing. He invited me to his house last time with the group I was with from Iranians, a little tiny house in Radhakund. And such beautiful children, even though he's kind of like, I don't know how to describe it, like aggressive, and sometimes he looks like he's stoned, I don't know. But his kids are so pious, and his wife, it's just like amazing. Ask his kids what he wants to grow up. I want to be a servant to Radharani, Beautiful children. We took Prasad there. So the Pandits were harassing, and his disciples were getting, annoyed. And then the Narayan Maharaj saw that, and he came over, and he took out 100 rupee notes, and he started giving it to all the Brahmins, and he chanted the verse, Goro, go stay, go stali, shu, sajana, bhusharagane. Bhusharagane is the Brahmins, not just the Gostali Shu, not just the people that, great saintly people that live there, but just, the Brahmins. So he worshipped Hanuman. Okay, I'm going to stop from here. Jamunajaya, you can start off.
Hare Krishna Maharaj, thank you for class.
Great to see you.
See you, Raj. Can't wait to be there in about a month. Yes, in about a month. We're
going to have a dancing contest there.
He'll win.
And drum is a special instrument specifically for dancing.
Is it? Well, that makes sense.
The first day, we'll have one fairly good mridanga player. The second day, top 5. And then the next day, 2 more come. So it'll be progressive. I'm trying to figure it out. Madhavananda is not there. I think I'm going to have Jai Jagannath do some seminar on entering the life of prayer. Maybe 2 days, stay back. We can have a little variety. We'll probably go to the same places. Tota Gopinath,
of course,
Haridas Thakur's, Siddha Bakul, and Gambhira. And maybe the first day we'll just do kirtan down to the beach.
So wonderful. Can't wait.
Yeah, and I'm going Friday to this place called Biharvan. Vikram wants to take me there. Vikram wants to take me to this Biharvan. It's where this Nimbark line that tries to preserve Vrindavan evidently has thousands of acres with hundreds and hundreds and hundreds of cows.
Oh, wow.
So we'll go someplace that's new. That's in Govardhan. And in Govardhan, Champak should be getting initiated. So we'll have an initiation there. Her mother will be Have you met her mother?
Yes, I met her mother at the Vyasa Puja years ago. Oh, wonderful.
Her mother will be there. So we'll have that, a little variety. And maybe we'll also visit the new 2 beautiful retreat centers that have been put up. One, which is connected with Champak's stepfather, who's building it, is they planted 6,000 trees. And there's one lady there who I know very well, young lady, 30, who from Russia, very intelligent lady, who studied landscape architecture and then started to study Braj, is planting all the trees. So it's pretty nice. We'll just have a nice time and try to get nice kirtans, and little cold in Vrindavan, but at that time, but it's nice during the day, and the night, hopefully we'll have heaters for each of the rooms. So, okay. Haribo, Jumunajai, what was your realization?
I love just that part at the end, about bowing down to Hanuman, and that you bow down to all Vaishnavas. And of course, I have a special fondness for Hanuman. So anytime his name comes up, I'm like, hey. But I love that respect between the cultures. Just thinking, I was rereading the Krishna Christ, What's the Difference? Because I was thinking about, the father that I met recently, and the respect between people on their spiritual paths is always so beautiful when you read it. So that really struck out to me.
Yeah, it's Gostali Shu Sujane Bhusharagane, and also the groups of other devotees. Yes, thank you. Anybody else like to share a reflection or say hello?
Hare Krishna, Guru Maharaj, Tota Gopinath here.
Hey, Tota, Haribo.
Haribo. Thanks for telling the story about just, just going down the Govardhan and sitting and watching the people do parikram and Dandavad parikram. And it's just good. There's just a little story like that. Beautiful. It really snapped me out of this winter funk we're all in.
Well, when you're here, you'll get up really early and zip around and be back for the class or something at 7:30 or something. It's just, I hope so. It just keeps one. A lot of inspiration can come in a short time,
Yeah.
And because of COVID and everything, realizations recede in the consciousness. What Krishna consciousness is. And that's why I'm here in Vrindavan. That's my service, because I believe that the faith can so much stronger be, developed here.
Yeah. Huh. Sounds amazing.
Yeah. Okay, Haribo. Anybody else?
Hare Krishna Maharaj. Yeah, a couple of things. One is bittersweet news about Champak, because she's so precious. I wish I could see her getting initiated, but I'm so happy that she's getting to have maybe
because I have great internet here.
Oh,
and if
so
it's in
yeah.
my courtyard, maybe we can just
live stream
here at the time. You could set up something. Maybe you should order a stand for a phone.
Oh, sure.
And then we can set it up and then let people know. Of course, it'll be late at night there. No, well, wait. 8:30 at night. Yeah. 8:30 at night. 8:30 in the morning will be about 10 or 11, but that's not too late for people.
No, that's in India. That's, I think, 7 o'clock in the morning here, right? You said 8:30 at night there?
No, 8:30 in the morning is the time I set for the initiation. Now I have to speak to Champak and make sure that she's ready, but that was the plan with her. But it's 8:30 in the morning.
Okay, so that's 7 o'clock
at night.
In the
10
Eastern
o'clock
time.
at night. That's not so bad, right?
8:30 in the morning. No, 7 o'clock in the evening here.
No, wait. If it's 8:30 at night.
Yeah.
If it's 8:30 in the morning, there it's 10 o'clock at night the day before. Anyway.
Yeah.
It's not.
Well, that'd be good for me. It's okay. Anyway, Maharaj, back to Ramananda Samvad, if I may. There are a couple of things. One is, when you said that Lord Chaitanya couldn't help but reveal himself to Ramananda Roy, it reminded me of that pastime where, Krishna was trying to hide himself in the Vishnu form from Radharani, but he couldn't.
Well, that's a good example. That's a very good example.
But
that place where that happened is in Govardhan.
Oh, that happened in Govardhan?
Yep.
Oh, wow. Anyway, I just had one question about this thing, Maharaj. I couldn't understand clearly, we know that Ramananda Roy is Vishaka. So when he was, before Lord Chaitanya revealed himself as Radha Krishna combined, what was Ramananda Roy actually seeing? I mean, he knew that he wasn't just a golden complexion sannyasi, right? So before the revelation, what was he seeing actually?
You mean like what you're trying to say is he was always Vishaka, so he always knew it. So how is there a time that he knew it? This is what happens when you cross path the eternal reality with the temporal reality. He's in it's nara-lila, it's the human life, not his life, but it's in this world. And we understand things that way. And it's the same thing. There's a pastime where Krishna first met Radharani. But does that mean that there's a time that he didn't Radharani, that he didn't be in the rasa dance? But these are eternal events. And they all exist simultaneously. In the world, which is beyond our spatio-temporal dimensions. So how are we going to understand it, analyze it? Yeah. We can't.
Yeah, so even though Lord Chaitanya had not revealed his identity.
And he can be completely in the mood that I've never seen this before. Completely. At the same time. Like Arjuna, he wasn't feigning ignorance, he was in ignorance. But he's an eternal associate, so he's never in ignorance.
So both things are happening. He
walks, he doesn't walk. He's near, he's far, he's inside, and he's outside. Om Purnam, Idam Purnam, Idam Purnam, Purnam. The Supreme Personality God is perfect and complete. And even though so many units emanate from him, he remains complete. The first principle, rational principle of understanding God is that he has inconceivable potencies that don't conform to things under the laws of nature in this world, which makes it difficult for Gail.
No, but I totally get what you just said.
I know, but you keep on asking the same question for 30 years.
One day, Maharaj, one day.
One day. Oh, when will that day be mine?
Yeah, right.
When I wish Gail has become a Catholic. That's a private joke. Okay.
Thanks,
Your husband must have been completely absorbed in the last few weeks, huh?
Oh, yeah. Well, of course. Of course.
Complete. I can imagine. He was in samadhi, right?
Yes, Maharaj. Yep, you've got his number.
And his team wasn't even in it. How disgraceful.
That didn't stop him.
Okay. Okay. All right. Anybody else?
Hare Krishna Maharaj. This is Krishna.
Paramita.
Thank you very much. Thank you very much. It was so important to me, for me to understand again that we can't see and have experience before we heard and understand this through hearing. And only by real devotee, this knowledge can, by his mercy, this knowledge can go into our heart. So we have great hope. I have great hope. Thank you very much.
Thank you so much. Thank you so much. That's nice. Okay, thank you. Anybody else like to say hello?
Hare Krishna Maharaj.
Hare Krishna Maharaj.
Surya Radhika here.
Hey, Haribo. Okay, great to see you.
Thank you very much, Maharaj, for the class.
Okay, thank you so much. Anybody else?
Hare Krishna Maharaj, this is Lal Govinda. Thank you for class.
Hey, Lal, Haribo.
Very cool. Hope your ankle has a speedy recovery.
What's that?
I hope your ankle or your foot gets better soon.
It's nothing. It's absolutely no pain. It's just, a little sore when I walk on it, but it's no inconvenience.
Okay.
Yeah, okay, but thank you anyway. Okay, anybody else?
Hare Krishna Guru Maharaj. It's
I want to ask
Karuna.
you a question. When do you leave Govardhan? Because someone else wants the room when you leave. When do you leave?
We plan to leave on the 13th, but we have not bought a ticket for our flight back yet. So whatever conveniences you.
Well, I need to know because someone else, you have to give me some dates because someone else wants the room. Of course, they can stay upstairs too, but okay. You may stay longer than the 13th?
No, I don't think we could. But if you need us to go, we can go to, if you need us to go, we could go to Vrindavan and stay at the MBT.
I don't need you to go. No, I don't need you to go. I don't need you to go. I just need to know when you want the room till, and then you could leave. You could leave earlier if you want. So you say that the 13th, leaving on the 13th.
Leaving India on the 13th. So maybe I'll have Jal Kaylee email you like within the next hour, if that's okay.
Okay, but anyway, yeah, it's not a problem because I'll put the person upstairs and Jai Jagannath is going to be staying someplace else until the retreat ends. So it's okay. Just let me know. Okay. You having your program on Friday again?
Yes. Yeah. Thank you so much for calling in. It was enlivening.
I like it. Maybe I'll do that again. Just to say hello. It was a nice crowd. Who is that person? One person I didn't know.
That was Christopher. He's he lives in the Lower East Side. He's been coming every week. He's like a Shelter fan.
Who does he know?
He knows Raghunath. He knows Vryn. And she's the one who brought him.
Oh, okay. She wasn't there though that day.
No, she couldn't be there this week. She was so upset of all week.
Okay. Why was she upset?
Because she missed your call.
Okay. Who's coming this week?
I'm not sure. Probably a small group because Wisdom of the Sages is having their holiday party at
Who's having their party?
Wisdom of the Sages
is having their party at the Bhakti Center?
Yeah, they're having like a dinner at Divya's and then kirtan upstairs.
Okay, but that means only one or two of your people, right?
I don't know. I hope so.
Is Yasu going to come regularly?
He said he will, yeah.
That's great to see him there. Okay.
Yeah, I mean, it's usually, I worry that oh, nobody's going to come. And then it's such a nice group. It's just always.
Yeah, Greg and Dira were there. Do they come sometimes?
They do sometimes, yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, it's the holiday weekend. But anyway, it's no harm.
Yeah.
Okay. Okay. I'll call in anyway, even if there's 2 or 3 people. If you give me the number. Okay. And remind me. Okay. Anybody else?
Hare Krishna Guru Maharaj, Namaste here.
Namaste, Haribo. Where are you now?
I'm in Tehran. Tomorrow I'm going to get my passport and visa and going back to the farm.
Okay, great. Great.
Yeah.
Haribo. Looking forward to seeing you.
Hope to
Great.
see you soon.
Jamuna Pavani will be very excited. She's going to come now, Jamuna Pavani.
Yeah, I know. I'm in touch with her. Yeah.
Okay.
Thank you.
Okay. Anybody else?
Hare Krishna Maharaj. Thank you for class.
Who is this?
Isabel.
Oh, Isabel. Haribo. We'll see you soon.
Haribo. I'll see you soon. See you soon.
Okay, great. Anybody else?
Hare Krishna Maharaj. Thank you for class. I was missing them.
What's that?
I was missing them so much. Could not join last time.
Because of different obligations and different things.
Lots of work.
Work, huh? Yeah.
Yes.
Okay, but you're going to be coming to India, huh?
Yes.
How great is that? How long you'll stay this time?
Tomorrow I will have discussion with my boss, and if he lets me, I will stay for a month.
Okay. Well, we have very excellent reception at our place. Puri is not so good, but we have excellent reception here in Govardhan. Okay. But it's great that you're coming. I really appreciate it. And you came in the fall. It's so nice. You're eager. You want this bhakti. I can see it.
I'm lucky. Thank you.
Yeah. So nice to see you. Okay. Anybody else? Okay. I see everybody there.
Hare Krishna Gurudev.